I don't speak French, but I know what that means. I'm trying to cast ETB combos. Awesome. That's a universal truth right there. Okay, so let's get into it. Emiel the Blessed. You can see her on your screen. Yep, it was French. Good call, Keaton. So let me make sure on the stream here. Yes, okay. I didn't forget this time. You can see Emiel on your screen the whole time, so for reference for what she does. 2 and platypus are mammals and lay eggs. Oh, very true. But platypuses are like God's random dice roll. He was just like, all right, RNG. Like, he was in character creator and hit like random, and he was like, ooh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of sick. And everyone else is like, come on, like, that's not even. No, he like couldn't admit it wasn't good. No, I actually kind of like it. I like the bill on this flat furry thing. I think it's kind of sick. I think I like platypus better though. Or patterpus, pitter patter. Okay, Emiel the Blessed. 2 and 2 white for a 4/4. Pay 3, exile another target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Such a crazy ability. First off, she's only $2. Or is that card? Is that? Wait. TCG player, she's $2. She dropped. Wasn't she worth something at a moment? Hold on a second. Sorry. No, okay. I was only going to check if they had the little graft thing on that website. I swore she was worth like quite a bit when she first came out. That ability is wild, by the way. Okay, so they immediately, when they were designing this card, I guarantee you there was an iteration of this card where it was 2 and 2 white for a 4/4 and it had the same ability, but the ability was like a white and a blue or like a green and a blue. I guarantee you this was like a Bant iteration at one point, and then they remembered like the fairies and like the Drake and all the stuff that can untap lands that are in blue, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we can't do that. That won't work. It's not gonna work. Emiel is crazy. Haven't even gotten to her other part. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 hybrid Selesnya. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on it. On the creature or on her? Oh, on it. That's really good. Jeez. If you do... Oh, let's get some belches in chat. Been a second for that. I haven't done that one in a minute. If it's a unicorn, put 2 1/1 counters on it instead. Interesting. So, I think Emiel, honestly, is best to look at. This is my own opinion. You guys can go. I'm just kidding. Best to look at with like tunnel vision and like just see the first ability, because I feel like people will not like her as much when they read the second one. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like they read the first one and they're like, oh my god, and then they read the second one and they're like, I like putting counters on stuff, but then I blink it and they lose the counters. Oh, hold on, wheels are turning. Ozolith goes insane in this deck. Do you run the Ozolith? Oh my god, run the Ozolith. That's so good in here. And you can run the other one. Oh. Who is this? Gabriel Boulet? I should have known it was French. Gabriel Boulet. That's a sweet sounding name. Okay, so let's head over here real quick, Gabriel Boulet. And let's look up the Ozolith. You need to put these in there immediately. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it has counters on it, put those counters on the Ozolith. And then at the beginning of combat on your turn, if it has counters on it, move them to something else. So you will not lose those 1/1 counters from blinking. You'll actually net 1/1 counters from blinking. Make all your stuff big and still get to reuse your ATBs, which is fantastic. I'm not sure if the green one does the same thing. I think it does. This one just puts more counters on your stuff. So the Ozolith Shattered Spire honestly doesn't seem bad either. You might already run it. I didn't check. Which one is that? Oh, it's an artifact too. I don't think you did. Those are 2 recommendations right off the bat before we've even gotten into the deck. That's super good. Yeah, Emiel's great. I thought that the second part was a detriment because it kind of is funky with the first part, but I don't think it is. I think there's enough cards now that that's actually a really good thing. Okay. Planeswalkers. We've got, let me zoom in a little bit here. I feel like the cards are a bit hard to read. There we go. Vivian, Champion of the Wilds, 2 and a green for a 4 loyalty Planeswalker. You may cast creature spells as though they had flash. Oh my goodness. That's just her thing? I totally see why you run this one then. Just for that. +1 until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gains vigilance and reach. Yeah, sure. -2, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile one of them face down, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. For as long as it remains exiled, you may look at the card and you may cast it if it's a creature card. My head hurts. What did that even say? I hate wall of text things. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put them face down, the rest of the bottom of your library in any order. Sure. That's a really weird way to like draw a creature card off top. I really like to play creatures at instant or flash speed. That seems fantastic in this deck. Because then all your creatures just become instant speed ETBs. Okay. Well, that's a really cool foil effect on this website. Acidic Slime. 3 and 2 green for a 2/2 Death Touch. When Acidic Slime enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. Classic ETB card. Super good. Angel of Finality. 3 and a white for a 3/4 flying. When Angel of Finality enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. Another very good one. Mana Ramp. Crater Hoof is insane in this deck because you can just blink it 2 or 3 times with Emiel and then win the game. Dragon Lord Dramoka. 4 green and white for a 5/7. This spell can't be countered. Flying lifelink. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Oh. Hold up. Now that's really good. It's a $12 card. $8 card. Okay. That makes sense. It's a very good card. I don't remember Dramoka doing this. I also love his name. Dramoka. That's very good. Okay, yeah. Make it so your stuff can't be countered. You're going to guaranteed get those ETBs. Dranith Magistrate is just some good old-fashioned annoyance. Mana Ramp. Card draw. Just another Crater Hoof. Recursion. You watch my videos. I appreciate it. Finhorn's a Mana Ramp. Groot's Pack Leader. 4 and a green for a 4/4. Whenever another creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield, draw a card. Crazy good in this deck. Everything you blink, you just draw cards. God Eternal Ronus. 3 and 2 green for a 5/5 Death Touch. When it comes into play, you double the power and toughness of all your creatures until end of turn, and they gain vigilance. And when it dies, you exile it. Wait, is this only you put it on the top, or exile it from the graveyard and put it into your hand? Or no, put it in your library 3rd for the top. Okay, I was gonna say I was misreading it. Very good. Ronus is crazy. So is Oh, but this is an ETB deck. Okay, never mind. Ronus is insane. Hidden Herbalist. I haven't seen this one. 1 and a green for a 2/2. When Hidden Herbalist enters the battlefield, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, add 2 green to your mana pool. Well, I'm going to save this for my videos. That's going to be on a future video. That's super cool. Karmic Guide's a classic. Some good old recursion. Kodama's so good in this. Oh my god. 4 and 2 green for a 6/6 reach. Whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't put onto the battlefield with this ability, you may put a permanent card with equal or lesser converted mana cost from your hand onto the battlefield. Crazy good card. Oh, it's still playing. Nice. Yeah, Kodama's so good in here. This one's interesting. 3 and a white for a 2/2. When Core Cartographer enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a Plains card and put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Plains card's pretty good, because you get to get like any of your dual lands or anything like that. Yeah, it's not bad. Mana Ramp. Mana Ramp. That's such a good card. Oh my gosh. Manglehorn. 2 and a green for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact, and artifacts your opponent's control enter tapped. Manglehorn's wild. That's a very good card. Okay, Paradise Druid. 1 and a green for a 2/1. Paradise Druid has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Tap it to add 1 mana. Yeah, just a good mana ramp. Removal. Some recursion. Selfless Squire. 3 and a white for a 1/1 flash. When Selfless Squire enters the battlefield, prevent all damage that will be dealt to you this turn. Whenever damage would be dealt to you this turn that is prevented, put that many 1/1 counters on Selfless Squire. That's very good. Oh my god, that's so good in this deck. You just keep blinking it. You're just like, sorry, I'm not going to take damage from you. Good call on the Sarah's Emissary. Super good. Oh my god, in this deck, it's insane. 4 and 3 white for a 7/7 flying. When it enters the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type. I'm going to choose instant, so you can't remove my stuff. And then someone's like, sorcery speed, removal. And then you go, wait a second. In response, blink Sierra, actually, and choose sorcery. This is very good. That's such a good card in this deck. Shaylee, Voice of Plenty, another card that I need to pick up because it's so good. 3 and a white for a 3/4 flying. You and planeswalkers you control and creatures you control have hexproof. Sure. 4 and 2 green for a put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Very good card. She is very, very, very good. Siona, Captain of the Pylis. 1 a green and a white for a 2/2. When Siona, Captain of the Pylis, enters the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an aura card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever an aura you control becomes attached to a creature, you create a 1/1 human soldier. Oh, I just found a card that would be really good for this. There's a, I think it's a centaur, and whenever you put an aura on it, you get a 3/3 centaur. Oh, super good point. Super Fast Tortoise pointed out that with Revlark, or anything with Evoke, you can pay the Evoke ability and then blink it in response, and you don't have to do the sacrifice. Revlark costs cheaper than the Revoke ability, but with other stuff like Mold Drifter and stuff where it's remarkably cheaper, that's a super, super good point. Solitude's really good. Again, like you just said with the Evoke, Solitude is just a perfect example of that Evoke thing you're talking about. 3 and 2 white for a 3/2 flash flying. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target creature. That creature's controller gains a life equal to its power, and you can evoke it by exiling a white creature from your hand. So this one's very good. You just evoke it, play it for free, and then blink it. Exile 2 things. Soul of the Harvest. 4 and 2 green for a 6/6 trample. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield, draw a card. Fantastic. Some card draw and token creation. Oh, Village Bellringer is nutty. 2 and a white for a 1/4 flash. When it enters the battlefield, untap all creatures you control. That's a good one. Workhorse, 6 colorless for a 0/0. Comes into play with 4 1/1 counters on it. Remove a 1/1 counter to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. That's really good in here. Oh my god. Oh, wait, you can go infinite with this. Yeah. Emiel and Workhorse go infinite together. Hey, you're good, Horny Badger. Appreciate you commenting, my guy. Yeah, this is a fun one. This is a really cool deck, actually. Workhorse is crazy. Little two card infinite combo there. Yasharn is very good. Just some mana ramp. That's a little bit of a stacks piece for him. Cultivate, some mana ramp. Green Sun Zenith seems good. You can just tutor up a great ETB creature. Kodamas, some mana ramp. Primal Command. What's this one do? 3 and 2 green for a choose 2. Target player gains 7. Put target non-creature permanent on the top of its owner's library. Target player shuffles his or her graveyard into his or her library. Search your library for a creature card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. So gain 7? Nah. Second one? Yeah. Okay, so it's a tutor, it gets rid of a graveyard, and it can get rid of a non-creature permanent. That's really good. Primal Command's great. 75 cents, sure. Mana ramp, card draw. Oh, just a creature tutor. It's really good, actually. Oh my gosh. Mana ramp, okay. Creature tutor, 100%. Eerie Interlude, being able to blink your whole board in an ETB deck is crazy, so 100%. Eldamri's Call is one of my favorite cards of all time. Green and a white for an instant. Search your library for a creature card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Did you see, this is kind of random, but putting it on top reminded me. Did you see the Doctor Who River Song card? Where you draw cards off the bottom of your deck? That's crazy. Nothing crazy, like good, significantly, but it's like, I love that. A creature that ATB fetches a land would be good in this deck. Core Cartographer does it. Yeah, especially not in this deck. Oh my gosh. Mana Tithe, some removal, Rally the Ancestors. Return each creature card with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile them at the end of your upkeep. You can blink them. Oh my gosh, you can use this to just get back a huge board and then blink them all. Are you, dude? This will watch the VOD because this is got some cool stuff in it. Removal. Mana Ramp, Conjurer's Closet's a must. Do you have Teleportation Circle in here? That's another one I would recommend is Teleportation Circle. Same thing as Conjurers. Heartstone. 3 colorless for an artifact. Activated abilities of creatures cost 1 less to activate. Oh my gosh, yes. Very good in here. Illusionist Bracers, copy it every time you activate it. So good. Panornomicon, double the ETBs. Mana Ramp, Mana Ramp, Mana Ramp. Oh, wait. Oh, Threat Turbine essentially just makes your thing cost 1. That's really good. Her Emiel's, or Emiel's activated ability. Cryptolite, some Mana Ramp. This does seem good because you can just use the creatures to tap and add mana and then blink one of the creatures you tapped and then it's not tapped. That seems good. Some card draw, which is Guardian Project's so good in here. Mirari's Wake, a card draw, but it pumps up your creature, or not card draw, Mana Ramp, but it pumps up your creatures. Mirari's Wake might be a little weak now, if I'm being honest. It's just, but in this deck, actually, completely ignore what I'm saying. The fact that her activated ability costs 3, very good with this. Shielded by Faith. 1 and 2 white for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature as indestructible. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may attach it to that creature. That's really good. I've never seen that card. Oh, there we go. That's a super good card. Song of Freyalise. 1 and a green for a Saga, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Until your next turn, creatures you control have tap, add 1 and mana, make a layer. That's really good. Chapter 3, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible until end of turn. That's really good. Oh my gosh. Wilderness Reclamation is like a pseudo Seedboard Muse. Untaps all your lands during other people's turns, so that's really good. Oh, at the end of your end step. So it's a pseudo Seedboard Muse. Anything in here significant to the Blink deck? Not necessarily. Okay, so that is the deck. Super insane looking. It combos with the chick from Theros. You can make infinite tokens. What combos with the chick from Theros? The Song of Freyalise and Cryptolite, or what? This looks very powerful. So the Giant A Plane Moncast Des ETB combo. Yeah. Well said. I really like, my favorite part is probably the Golem, wherever that is. Workhorse. I think Workhorse is like the coolest card in this deck. That is such a cool combo. I love that. Martin Webb. Hello, Martin Webb. You joined right at the end. I'm sorry, but check out the VOD. This deck is very, very cool. So yeah, the only things I could really recommend are the Teleportation Circle, Ozolith, the Shattered Spire, and then the Ozolith. I think all 3 of those would be insane in this deck. But other than that, this deck looks like tight. It looks like it plays very, very well. I love this card, by the way. Where'd it go? Hidden Herbalist. Ooh, Hidden Herbalist is so good. Shielded by Faith goes infinite. Oh. Is there a girl that makes creatures when auras get equipped to stuff? Because that is really good. I really like this. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it. Going to crash, I think. I'm very tired. Had a good day. Hope you guys did too. Appreciate you guys. I hate dropping off when a few of you guys join, but check out the VOD. This deck was very, very cool. And make sure to check out the daily card highlight and stuff. I just uploaded a video talking about some crazy new spoilers that just dropped like a couple hours ago. So if you want to watch that, check it out. Much love, guys. Appreciate you. Good seeing you. Tap me up. Martin Webb. Horny Badger. Super Fast Tortoise. K. Scott. Good seeing you guys. Thanks for checking it out. Much love, guys.